Oh my wowzers, is that an Optimus Prime?
Hello, it's KRBrickBot, and now I'm getting around to one of Metal Cardbot's biggest offerings and the most popular one thus far. The real talk of the town, because it's a big old truck that is heavy iron. Similar packaging design as the other Metal Cardbots, but nearly 2 times bigger, but more like 1.5 times bigger. Still has a metal border, but there's a much more prominence in the background. I mean, you can see the background better here because it's more of a landscape than just a cloud. And the standard stock renders there. One of the robot mode here. Yeah, the back shows a much more industrial background, like, yeah, with lots of girders. Maybe that's the old home planet. Iron Blade Attack! Iron Armor Transform! Since April of 23, compared to the earlier months of the earlier Cardbot. What is not to love about a truck and trailer? There's a big old truck and trailer made from Korea. Yeah, so this one rolls very well, like the nice rough studded wheels. Very rumbly. Yeah, this is a good weighty trailer, which is detachable. Yeah, nice weight and heft to it, like some nice panel linings. Yeah, these kind of lining you would see on the edges of trucks. And then it looks like it has been reinforced with a large slab of armor plating. Nice silver plastic with a gold deco here, gold striping here. That does cut off in the middle. I wish it would have gone all the way across. But this is a sliding joint, so it is understandable why this was left unpainted, otherwise it'll get all scratchy. The back of the trailer is unassuming. Of course, there's the robot feet here and all solid red tail lights. And a mostly black area up here. What kind of looks like handlebars. And that is at a inward slope because of the natural A stance that most of these toys would be predetermined in. Yeah, maybe it's a little unusual that this is a black section instead of a silver section. Kind of looks like, yeah, black doors on top of this silver trim here. If you want, you could possibly decorate the back of this thing. The top of the trailer is probably not the most flat and cohesive. It is obvious it does have splitting parts. But at least there is a air vent here. Sloping air vent in the back of the truck, so that is some deliberate detail there. And I wonder what these little clips are for. And as you can see, I just have to keep holding up this trailer because there's no flip out hitch to make this level if this trailer is by itself, which is a shame. Yeah, it's in case if you want to have this by yourself while the truck cab is by itself. Which, looking at the truck cab, yeah, it is a very nice flat-nosed truck. Very iconic because of one certain character, but in a nice earth navy blue. A rich earth blue that's not quite the regular blue, as you would expect with this type of truck. Yeah, but the earth blue works really well. It is a really nice color to use on a truck. Yeah, the side does have these obvious red panels with a little window in them and a little gold striping there. Kinda unsightly with the screw holes. Kinda unsightly with the screw holes, and maybe that's not the most show accurate thing. Oh no, maybe, but nice to have a little splash of color on there, even though that's not much else gold going about on the truck. Well, this one, the cab trailer does have it. Yeah, there are the truck headlights on top, which kind of look like more futuristic with like LED blue paint there. And that is a very nice eyebrow for the eyes. Yeah, just gold and white paint, like I guess white eyes with the gold irises. Which was just yellow, just one color in the show, but in either case, they are like molded, raised eyebrows. 2 layers with a little divot inside for the black pupil area, which does make it very challenging to customize it so it doesn't have the eyes, because you know that is a raised surface. You'll probably either have to shade that down or just put a big old sticker right on top of it and just have to deal with the bulge. But I don't know, maybe the brow just kind of masks the eyes, so it's not bothersome that much. Yeah, so along with the eyes, the rest of the truck details do like complement that face, like the grill here. Yeah, the style that ridge down here, like kind of like on Freightliners, and the main headlights here, and the bumper headlights, and that kind of looks like an extra flat hitch there. Yeah, nice to have the transparent plastic headlights separate from the main body. Yeah, and coming around to the side, yeah, there's the silver paint, the silver plastic goes along here. Some lightly engraved step ladders, the fuel tanks on the side, of course the smokestacks that bill out from this way, the nice studded wheels like the ones that jet out in the front and the ones that are more caved in the back, which is accurate to real trucks. The bottom, there's not much. I mean, there is some nice detailing and pistons on the front here, pretty smooth here, and some blue ridges on the back here, some blue paint there, kind of looks like illuminated ridges, kind of like the iconic shins of Prime. And then the back is very solid tail lights, and this back bumper plate section that does kind of look like the back of the long-nosed Peterbilt trucks. Obvious there's a bit of a robot part in here. Yeah, just hanging out there. Doesn't really mesh in there. I suppose you can take it off if it bothers you that much. Yeah, but it's hidden. It's here because there's a whole lot of other parts that take up the main cab area, so where else are you gonna put it? And on that perfectly round hole, I guess, even with this block and this head, I guess the turning radius is pretty good. Like here, this much and that much. I suppose you could get some more turning radius if you pop off that head again. Yeah, but I don't know in real life if you need a truck that needs to turn all the way 90, but yeah, you could just remove the head if you need that extra clearance. The hitch is mostly just a round hole, but it is bigger than 5mm or 5.05mm. So you have limited options if you just want to give this trailer to another priming truck for some reason. Yeah, but as long as the ground level is consistent, I mean, as long as it's level, and I guess if you have something to notch on, even though that's not the intentional hitch. Yep, this big old truck scales perfectly with your Generations Transformers, especially the big old Commander trucks, King of the Road. Their bodysuit trailers are comparable weight. This one might be a bit heavier, which would put the other metal Cardbots quite out of scale. Setup transformation. This trailer basically splits into 3 parts. And the weapon. Yeah, turn that leg around, they'll flip those wheels over. Skirt flaps down. Yeah, collapse those. And yep, the trailer hitch is right in that area. It really does look like you could deploy that thingy. There's the golden belt buckle, I guess. Legs to assume that stance. Bring the trailer, just, yeah, this spring loads clicks in. Yeah, walk-in truck. Bring those panels out. Eye cover armor. Yeah, just take this entire back section and then soft click ratchet. Well, first, make sure to move those smokestacks forward. They kind of form like little shoulder cannons. Then flip these shoulder blocks out. Then you do that and head over. As for the trailer arms, yeah, just you have to slide this upper area, which could be a little friction to do, and then yeah, clip in here. Then little red panel here. Fold out the fist, collapse that in, slide on top. Other arm dealio. And this little sword can be attached on either arm. Heavy Iron has transformed into a towering powerhouse, just very tall and massive and imposing, and really brings out those red colors that were the subtle accent colors. Now they're the primary colors in the braid, and the shoulders, the chest, the legs, with a bit of the blue sprinkled throughout, and it still has some good silver around it, but also much more black. There's a really heavy ironed all-in-one robot. This is just directly as it is, no extra smaller mode in the trailer cab. Heavy Iron is very heavy set, tall, imposing, massive. Really looks like a big powerhouse. And all-in-one bot, like with no individual little bot. And the red is brought into the forefront. There were some subtle accents of red, but the trailer inside opened up to reveal much more red, which complements the Earth blue quite nicely. As with a bit more black and titanium gray for the inner joints, and silver all around, just more of an armored look. Armored trailer look. And I guess the colors are dispersed more evenly than some other combiner trailer bots. Some nicely detailed legs. These are pretty flat panels, like with the more trapezoidal type of motifs in there. Like nice red kneecaps and gold accents, and a nice gold trim on the other side of this thing. Coming out the back, there is some red here. I guess some little divots, but this is a very filled-in leg, and there's even transparent blue bits on the back here, like intentional design there. Of course, most of the trailer bits end up on the back of the arms, but the torso back also has these painted blue, energy blue, like vents shown right on the back there. They really do look like energy level gauges. Yes, and then there's that much of the truck recognizable there, like a nice truck cab holding the super robot torso, and the red armor chest really evokes that look and really covers up the eyes there, unless you want to have that look. Nice square shoulders, the pretty smooth surfaces here. This looks like an interesting double layer of shoulder. It kind of looks like card motif. Yeah, with the other panel lining here. Some pretty short stubby arms with a little bit of flat paneling here. I guess maybe a little extra excess paint on this particular copy. Basically molded fists. And the shoulders that are angled off to the side with some searchlights in there, I assume. Yeah, really gives it a much more of an expanded look, I guess. I guess if you wanted, you could untransform this a bit to give it the IDW Ultra Magnus style tall stacked shoulders. That's a pretty thick head sculpt. Yeah, there's that visor kind of surrounded by that much massive helmet. Interesting mix of the central light blue and the earth blue and red. Like a mostly red crest, like a 4-pronged crown, like, and that much of a thick head. With a blue visor, which is a separate piece, and if you remove that, there are blue eyes. In contrast to his show's yellow eyes. Yeah, looks like the toy version of this CG model ended up being a bit puffier. Of course, this toy is too small to have the pupil eyes, but it is a deliberate design for him to be the only metal Cardbot with pupilless eyes, like just more of the traditional glowing eyes. Reason stated by one of the designers being they actually do make him much more of a brave style type character. The pupils are the window to the soul, and I guess the soulless type of eyes really just does make him an absolutely no-nonsense, serious, imposing force. A very antagonistic force. This guy is a serious tank. The animation's kind of cheating. Just look how much different his torso shape is. And the waist. Yeah, they're really stylizing the animation, or the toy is just taking some different departure. Guess his signature weapon is the Iron Blade, which is just an arm blade, kind of a short one, with this type of curved blade, and that kind of coincidentally looks like an M. And I suppose this is an extra laser that kind of goes over these protrusions, so I guess it's a gun sword blade right on the arm. Not sure how effective that is in melee combat. And sometimes he's shown with 2 blades. And of course, this thing only comes with 1 and just only intended to be incorporated in the trailer, but I guess someone who really wants that double blade look can just order an extra part from customer service. As for his signature metal card weapon, connected with these 2 holes, yep, just fold that piece double hinge over that clear clip, oh dear. Then flip these out, and very easy to overlook these tiny little side prong things to form the iron armor attached right on top of that red chest armor on more transparent clips, more oh dear. Yeah, so why does a big old tanky and tall bot need this tiny little chest plate that only covers his chest area that really bulges out and protrudes from that? Why? Because this is a heavy buster cannon. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm too much of a fan of giant super robots whose chest emblems are also hidden giant energy beams. Some just might like the more BFG type of mega weapons. Man, it kind of makes sense that a powerful bot would have such a powerful energy beam weapon just packed in this thing. A trailer would be a good optimal place to store a flat-ish card in, but they never do think of putting these cards in a storage space. Yeah, not really much place you could squeeze it in. Articulation, the nice ball socketed head. Side wiggle, little up and down, much more down, and a nice all the way around. Shoulders are nice ratchets at 45 degrees. Even with this chest sticking out this far, that does give it a full range. And 45 degree outward and a 45 degree elbow bend. And a slight wriggle in the wrist just for the transformation. I guess this could be a short fist punching action. Yeah, kind of disappointing. It's just that much. Mostly due to this trailer part being part of the bicep. Hey, even the animation model knows to remove those for the cool factor. Yeah, but you see a little screw hole here? I suppose you could just unscrew this, just parts form it a bit. Just to clean up the arm a bit. Yeah, that does bring out his arm more. Still the same range of articulation unless you actually decide to go and shave this corner down so he can extend it to full 90. But only without this thing. Mods. Bit of a backward transformational butterfly. A full ratcheted waist swivel. So I suppose he can do some slashy, stabby, shooty with this little sword of his. Stabby action. Ratchet almost all the way forward and ratchet that much back. Outward split that much. And a pretty obtuse knee bend. Almost close to 90. And a lower leg swivel. I guess this much bulk panel doesn't allow an upper thigh swivel. Yeah, at least he has some sort of thigh swivel. Really nothing in the feet. Just, you know, this is all solid. Yeah, so, I don't know, for a big guy, maybe you're not thinking of the most graceful type of poses, just enough to give it some good stomping. as walking along. I don't know, maybe, yeah, I guess a little bit of the leg tilt could give him some more stable poses, I guess. Heavy Iron's size is quite supreme. Though, if you want to extend the height a bit, you can, just with the extra transformation step. Though, I think at the cost of his heels, those were his heels, but he's still holding there, but... So, does Heavy Iron live up to the hype? I guess. I guess this is a good package, just a very big, tall bot, very big, tall truck, I mean, just truck and trailer. Truck and trailer that for the giant robot. That just, I guess that was alone, I guess inspired by, of course, the Optimus Prime. I guess that was just really just what made this thing so appealing. Much more appeal than other recent KRBrickBots. I don't know, if you're that uniform, you guys just repurpose Heavy Iron into some sort of Prime or Convoy. Or just switch out that head for a combiner-sized head to make him literally an Optimus Prime. But it could be a bit disappointing he doesn't have the best articulation. At least he has the elbows and shoulders, and especially the waist. Yeah, but the fact I guess kind of a mid. It's a mid-point articulation, not like the no articulation or extreme. So maybe that's disappointing. But then again, you could see this character because just a big guy doesn't need to be that flexible in joints. I guess that is the best articulation they could think of with the transforming parts and budget. Especially considering this retail price goes for less than 50. Yeah, can you believe that? The regular retail price is like less than a leader price when they usually go for that. And it's nearly commander class size. Can you believe that? Like for leader price. Instant complaint about Hasbro's tiny little leaders these days. So I guess his height alone really does make his relatively affordable price worth it, especially with a little shipping. Even if you add some shipping there, I guess his big stature still makes it feel like you got your money worth. Just don't order it from 11th Street that only uses EMS 100,001. Then it doesn't feel worth it. Heavy Iron feels like peak, but there's at least 6 more metal Cardbots upcoming. Woo, they're really diversifying.